Hello everyone and welcome to the Hunter Association, your source for all things Hunter x Hunter. My name is Kaige.
And my name is Dylan.
And on this week's episode, we are joined by very special returning guest, friend of the show, the Hunter Society. Welcome back, my friend.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? We left off at 410 and right now picking back up at 412. I love it.
That's right. Yeah, it feels like that should be a much higher chapter number than it is, given how long it's been. But of course, this is Hunter x Hunter, so 2 chapters have passed.
It feels like an
I'll
eternity has
take it.
happened despite that, though.
I know, yeah. Then, of course, we will be going through our... Oh, wait. Whoops, I didn't say what we're covering. We will, but I think it's pretty obvious. We're talking about Chapter 412 this week, called Question.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, we'll be going through our community comments. If you would like to join in the community and have your comment read, be sure to comment on the YouTube version on the weekly community post. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to help grow our community of Hunter x Hunter fans. Additionally, if you'd like to know when episodes are live, click the bell to enable notifications. If you're an audio listener, make sure to rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I just figured out how to read and respond to Spotify comments, so
Wow!
new knowledge unlocked. Yeah,
We did it, guys. We did it.
finally did it. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod, as well as Bluesky at THAPod for podcast-related updates and to submit responses to the weekly call-out post. If you'd like, you can also email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. As always, we provided timestamps in the description if you would like to skip ahead to any of the aforementioned segments. All right, Hunter Society, it has been since the moral retrospective that we've had you on.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. But before then, it was the Chapter 410 review. You were actually if you guys remember the story back then, he was supposed to be our first guest on the podcast ever. But then it kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And he ended up being the last of that batch. But that's all right. We made up for it. He's the first of this batch.
Let's go.
Hell
we made it. And it's also kind of poetic, like chapters-wise. I'm the last guest you had reading a chapter. And now I'm the first back. Let's go.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Poetic. Yeah. So usually we play catch up a little bit. So there's only been one chapter. But I mean, what do you think of 411?
What is the term? I believe the term is egg on my face, because I was riding the Kurapika is lying train like so
Yeah.
hard. I was like, yeah, he's lying, man. He's such a liar. And like the first page I read, he was like, Kurapika, I am not lying. And then we flash back. I'm like, oh my God, that's like 1 week worth of work just thrown away. It's like, no, he's not lying. I'm like, come on.
That's how it goes, man. I should have known. I really
I mean,
should've
yes, but the thing is that with the writing, you really feel like you're onto something. Like you really feel like, yep, you're onto you figured it out.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you realize that that's what Togashi exactly wanted. It's like
yeah.
you're being compared story-wise to a character like Slaka. Like the stance that I had is what Slaka was out of all the characters. I'm being compared to Slaka. I'm like, this is so humiliating.
We're all just slakas in Tagashi's world.
We are.
Yeah,
We
but
really
this
are.
is.
Yeah, we had some grand ideas last week, but that's all out the window.
We'll get deeper into that for sure. Yeah, stay tuned. everyone.
However,
Yes.
I do have something to say that I didn't mention in anything regarding chapter 411, the previous chapter. Have you guys noticed that chapter 411 structurally is very similar to 401, like the chapter where Lange revealed? It is structurally, it's almost exactly the same. And also with like I'm sorry. And also with the Hunter x Hunter background music started to play. That's my phone.
Perfect.
What was I saying? Yes, the structure of the narrative, it went exactly the same, and also with the reveal. Like the first reveal is that Lange is Beyond's child. If you compare it, it's like the whole thing with the succession war and in conditions. And then another reveal was that Woble is not eligible. Also, the reveal on the other hand is that one of the princes is beyond children. I just found that it was very, very similar. And I thought I would mention that.
Yeah, it's interesting how we seem to be on this trend right now of starting volumes with big bombshells being dropped in room 1014.
I'm scared for what's going to drop on 420 now.
Yeah.
It'll be something massive at this
Yeah,
point.
because 410 gave us a pretty big bombshell too, just in a different way.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
before we get into 412, though, let's talk about a little bit of news. Togashi's back to tweeting. We got some tweets. This is all just in the last week. We had chapter 422 submitted to Shueisha. That's another one in the books. And background specification complete for 428. So we're trucking right along.
Yeah, so I think as of now then, we have 423 through 428 all having some kind of like background specifications completed now, which essentially just means it's in like editor's hands at this point for like, you know, drawing backgrounds and whatnot. So we're getting pretty close to like in the next few months, I would expect to start seeing even more of those chapters being submitted to Shueisha as well. So fingers crossed if the trend continues upwards for, you know, the next little while, you know, maybe the next batch will be sooner than we expect. Now, obviously, if this is Hunter x Hunter, everything could go wrong at any time, but...
We said the same thing last batch, guys. Don't forget.
I learned my lesson there, yeah. But
Yes.
So expectations are lower now, but, you know, good news still, regardless.
Yes,
Totally,
sir.
yeah. It's very exciting. I'm glad that he's doing well and tweeting consistently again. It's good to see. All right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the chapter.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, welcome to our chapter discussion on Hunter x Hunter chapter 412, Question. Very exciting.
Exciting indeed, and there will be many questions by the end of this chapter, I think. It's a very,
Yes.
very potent chapter title, I think. So we're starting off on the Black Whale, obviously. Nice little illustration here on this page. And 5 hours before special martial law was declared. So setting the tone here for when exactly this conversation happened. I think this will be very important going forward, obviously.
Yeah, I like how we're kind of counting down to it now. This is our first mention of it this batch, that martial law is a thing. It's still very much coming. And then we flip the page and we see exactly where we left off. Kurapika's in the middle of telling everybody that 14th Prince Woble isn't participating. Oh, wait, sorry. This after he said it, actually. My bad. This is the crowd reacting, saying 14th Prince Woble isn't participating in the succession battle. And then we see Slaka being like, come on, man. Your lies are too stupid. Which is, that's us. It's Slaka.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah. Oh, it's so humiliating, man.
what a line to start with. And he continues and says, the lower ranked princes have a chance at survival if they can run out the clock, but Prince Woble isn't in the battle to begin with? Okay, time for our lesson on Nen? I love how he delivers that. Did you think you'd get away with this if you drowned us in information? And then Kurapika says, very bluntly, none of it is a lie. I have made deductions about the limitations, yes, but I am confident in what I'm telling you now. We can't wait for verification of every detail.
So the important thing here is that this is confirmation that like he is very much adamant about, like, we were questioning how much were lies potentially that he was telling last chapter. And this is like straight up what himself confirming, assuming he wasn't lying about this also, but we can confidently believe him now by the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
That he wasn't lying at all about the Prince Woble stuff, and he is making assumptions about the limitations of the succession battle.
I'm glad that was confirmed at least. It's not like he had some magical information about it. This is all stuff that he is speculating, but I mean, knowing Kurapika and knowing what he knows now, I'm inclined to just kind of take this as fact. This is likely Togashi just communicating through him. So I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that everything we learned about the succession battle is true from last chapter, which is crazy. That changes everything. So
Yes, sir. Obviously, I didn't have a problem with that, with Kurapika saying. It's just the only thing that also in my mind reading the previous chapter is that how did he know all of that? Plus, in my heart, I know he's lying about Woble. So that made me like kind of hesitant a little bit. But obviously with this chapter, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it now. He's not lying and... Okay.
Yeah. So he then continues and says, why don't I give you some time? Let's begin class at 10 a.m. today. Go and think things over. Come back here only if you still want to take the class.
And then,
Valid.
this is where I come in, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so, and then we flash back 48 hours before special martial law was declared. Again, the anchor that we will keep on referring back to. I love this.
I love that we have a new anchor. Yeah, it's really cool.
And then the goat, Bill, says, I cannot believe he plotted to put his own child among the princes, obviously referring to beyond Netero.
Yes.
Kurapika says, hunting for that prince is important, the secret child of beyond. But right now, we need to identify the targets of beyond cursed offspring and break the curse aimed at Prince Woble. As soon as he says Prince Woble, we get a reaction shot from Oeto. Oeto says, I swear, I had no relations with beyond. You can use your chain to prove my innocence, referring to the dowsing chain, Kurapika's lie detector. And Kurapika says, no, you're good. Please, do not worry. I don't feel the need to big word, I'm sorry, guys.
Corroborate, yeah.
Corroborate, oh my God.
It's a tough one.
I don't feel the need to corroborate, let alone doubt you.
Nailed it.
Shimono. Once again, I'm going to repeat that. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm taking too long, but this is very important.
Go ahead. It
Extremely
is.
important.
Shimono, can you use this time to prepare her a meal? Shimono says, yes, sir. And then she walks away. And then Shimono says, I hate to bring this up, but Dylan.
No, 2 pages.
Yeah, 2 pages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then Shimono goes, my name is Shimono, not Shimono. And then Kurapika says, but I said Shimono. She said, no. Kurapika says, no, huh? What is going on? Basically, Kurapika doesn't understand what is going on.
This page was throwing me for a loop the first time I was reading it. I did not know what was happening.
And then my goat Bill comes right in and says, okay. I don't think Kurapika can pronounce or hear the difference between Kakin vowels,
Tripthongs.
Tripthongs and diopthongs. Okay, so what I'm going through right now is exactly somewhat of what Kurapika is going through.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah, that's actually a good way to get it across.
It
so
is.
Shimono goes, okay, and then she brushes it off. But then Kurapika is like confused, like what are we talking about? What is going on? No, Nugo, Neon, I don't know what is happening.
He's just trying to work it out, I guess.
So,
I love his face, though.
So I have a feeling there's a lot of people that are maybe unclear about what exactly is tripthongs and diphthongs and what exactly is happening here. Essentially, this is about a dialect. So just how you pronounce vowels and how you're kind of chaining your syllables together in words. So there's confusion going on with how you pronounce Shimono or Shimonu from Kurapika here. So that's where the confusion is. So just in case there was anybody that was unclear on that.
And we have Bill explaining it even more. He goes, there are feminine tones and masculine tones unique to the Kakin language, and Shimono makes it a masculine name. You say it right every once in a while, so do not worry about it. Kurapika then said, now that you told me, I can. Kurapika is a bit frustrated. It's right now that you bring it up, I cannot not worry. I need to get it right. And then Kurapika very graciously, I am sorry that I offended you. And then Shimono is like, no, we good, we cool.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
I love that about him. And then Bill actually asked Kurapika, hey, Kurapika, there's something that I have noticed now that we have brought up the whole Shimono thing. Can I talk to you? They talked in the distance, and then we have a Kurapika moment. You mean?
Yeah.
That is a certified Kurapika moment.
Certified Kurapika moment. Yeah, there's a mystery going on here. Let's dive into that further, shall we? We cut to Oeto with the baby, Woble. Your Majesty. Kurapika asks Oeto. Oeto says, what is it? And then Kurapika says, what you said about Beyond. you're right. It would be ideal to fully resolve the issue now. Would you allow me to use my chain so there is no room for doubt? Oito responds, of course, that would make me feel better. Kurapika says, thank you. Very polite still throughout all this. He brings out the dowsing chain and says, I will first ask you meaningless questions to draw a baseline. Please answer yes or no. Is that alright? Oito says yes. And then now we get these pretty much practice questions, I guess, for this. Just set the baseline. You are a man. Oito responds, no, haha. Kurapika asks, you are 2 years old. Oito also says no. Kurapika asks, you are a woman. Oito says yes. You are a mother. Yes. Chain presumably not moving throughout all of this. Kurapika then says, alright, now please answer all questions in the affirmative. Meaning, answer yes. Oito says, okay. He says, you are flying right now. Oito says yes. The chain moves. I
love how this is illustrated. Yeah, it's so cool.
You
How
have
it's like dangling off the text bubble.
Yes, yeah, it's very creative. I really like that.
Yeah, I love that.
You're aboard a ship. She says yes. Chain doesn't move. You are riding a tank. She says yes. The chain moves. So obviously showing, if you're lying, the chain moves. If you're not lying, the chain doesn't move. Duh. We all knew this, but
yeah. Setting the stage.
Yep. So Kurapika then says, you have only one child, Prince Woble. Oito says yes. The chain doesn't move. So, I know there was probably
Notice
some...
Bill.
Go ahead.
Notice Bill here. He's like,
Yeah,
he's really looking at that chain on that question.
I know there were a lot of people out there that were like speculating if maybe she had more than one child also. Like they didn't crop up a ton, but I did see that from time to time on like discussions online. So that is notable. She only has one child. But then Kurapika asks an interesting question here. Or, an interesting prompt. The prince sleeping there is the prince I held at the interview at the hotel 2 months ago.
Yes. Are you getting the iconic page out?
Yes, sir.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
I had to. I had to. Oh my god. Here it is.
There it is.
There's Woble.
The iconic page he is referencing.
Yep. That's our Woble, and now it has an extra layer to it. So we flip the page, and we then see this look on Oito. A notable look, I would say. One of shock and surprise, like you're caught in a lie. And just kind of looking at different faces on that page as we go to the next page, and she says, "No, not a yes or no."
Actually,
she just says,
Kaige. Just 1 second.
Yes.
Second. The page with no dialogue with the shock. Maybe you can say I'm reading too much into this, but the Woble you see in that page, and this is original Woble that Kurapika was asking about. Do you notice the hair?
Different hair color.
Change in the hair.
Yep. Yeah, it's been right in front of us this whole time.
Continue. I'm sorry.
You're right. Because I was literally just looking at that page earlier today, and I noticed the same thing. But yes, so not a yes or a no response. She just says, "Woble is my baby, and nothing happens with the chain, obviously, because no question was even answered. And he says, "Your Majesty, can you please answer yes to my question?" She says, "How did you know? Was it Shimanu?" And Kurapika says, "Bill noticed the difference in your pronunciation." There it is. The crux to everything, that pronunciation.
Yeah, remember all those times that people were like pointing out, like, hey, there's like different like tones being used for Woble here on these like various pages, like within like the Japanese versions of the text as well. People thought it was just like kind of slip ups or something, but no, it wasn't.
And I also heard that in one of the earlier chapters in Japanese, in the original chapter, there was a panel where Oito refers to Woble as a he. And the translator, like, they made it a she because they thought it was a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, but right now in hindsight, you realize that it wasn't. It wasn't. We were supposed to. Oh my god.
And on the flip side of this, I wanted to bring this up. I kind of wish I took a picture of the panel now, but when I was doing my reread, I did notice one instance of Shimanu being called Shimanu by Oito. But before that, it was always Shimano. But the translator actually left that one in for some reason. I thought it was a mistake when I was reading it, but now I know it was actually intentional.
Yeah.
Which is fun. He's been planting the seeds this whole time.
Let's
Oh my god.
let's read these next couple pages. Hunter Society, if you want to start that off, just to give more context to our listeners.
Yeah, I got it. So Bill goes, the semi-voiced feminine tone B and voiced masculine tone B formed by teeth without closing the lips are comparatively clear. You were using the gender neutral tone B at first, but then you started to differentiate at some point. It made me wonder. I didn't think it was a big deal at first. It's still such a subtle difference, and plenty of native speakers can differentiate. But when we were talking about Shimono's name, I remembered that you started to use both tone after we set sail, right when Kurapika's first used his ability. So when Awetu knew that there is something going on with the chain, the thousand chain, Awetu, I think here, took some precautions. She was like, maybe at some point I'm gonna use this card to let Kurapika get me in the clear, absolutely. But obviously it backfired on her because Bill clocked her. You've been swapping, Bill says, you've been swapping between the daughter and a male child pronunciation of the name Woble, so you could answer truthfully and avoid getting caught. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
oh
then
my
Kurapika
God.
and then Kurapika says, just in case I questioned you with my chain, when you would have to say Wobble, my daughter is my baby. And then Oweto is like sweating bullets. Kurapika asks, whose child is he? And where is your daughter? Oweto goes, he is my younger sister's son.
Oh my
My
God.
daughter is with her. And honestly, I don't know where she is. In the seed urn ritual, my daughter was the one to put her hand in the urn. After that, we switched at the hotel. I'm guessing they switched at the hotel after Kurapika met real Wobble.
Yeah.
And it was my sister's son who participated in the ceremony. So neither this baby nor my daughter is eligible. At first, not participating was treason, and therefore not an option because I thought that would get us killed. My plan was to appear to participate and only admit the ineligibility when it came down to wire and the wire and beg for forgiveness. It was the only way to survive. And the thousand chain does not move. She's saying the truth. I had to take that chance. Kurapika
Wow.
says, there you go.
There
With,
you go.
Notably with Bobby, Mina, and Sakata present here as well. So
Yeah.
they
and all
they
this.
know this information now too.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
I
Yes.
cannot believe we're getting this reveal based on a vowel thing,
I know.
based on grammar.
So
you know?
insane.
So to recap, yeah, she was purposely, alternating between the male and feminine pronunciations of Woble the entire time to avoid to have a plausible deniability, I guess, of to
Yes.
avoid getting caught. And now she's caught, and it's been revealed that the Woble we see here is not actually Woble. It's a completely different baby.
Yeah.
Oh
How
my
crazy
God.
is that? We've literally seen the actual Woble like maybe twice ever. Every other time has been Woble's cousin.
So I have so many thoughts on this. I don't even know where to begin because this answers a lot of stuff about things we haven't seen. But then this also raises like 10 times as many questions going forward too. So like,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it'd be best for me to save all of these thoughts until the very end. But
Yeah, let's get through the chapter and we'll open up the floor on this because I think this is the biggest talking point of the chapter and we don't want to spend too much
Yes,
time
sir.
here. So we'll put that all at the end.
absolutely,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So crazy stuff to say the least. Though.
Yes.
We cut to the next couple pages where Karapika says to everyone beside him, Bill, Bobby, Nina, and Sakata, the Queen isn't lying. We are not party to this, and that they have that information now. Both Benjamin's guards as well as Sakata's part of Zhonglei's.
Yes.
Right?
Zhongli.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the first and third prince technically have access to this information now that Woble is not in the succession battle, at least proper. We get a little nice overhead shot of the Black Whale on its voyage, and we then see that it is now 10 o'clock a.m. The time that Karapika said that we would that the Nun class would resume.
Yeah. So then we flip to the next page. It's a very simple one. Just seeing the whole shot of the Nen class participants again, -2. Whom Karapika says actually -1. The only one who dropped out was Slaka, of all people.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or standing in the story,
Like, he's something else. The second Queen's Guard who wasn't taking the class anyway. The plan failed. If either one of Benjamin or Zhonglei's personal guards had dropped out, I thought the announcement that Prince Woble wasn't eligible would be more believable and would greatly decrease our risk of being targeted. It won't be that easy. So there was an ulterior motive to revealing that information as expected, but it just did not work out at all, really.
Which makes sense
Unfortunately.
because like
Yeah.
if those princes just stopped putting their eyes on Karapika, then like why should any of the other princes care about what he's doing if they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
believe in the threat,
For
So-
sure, yeah.
Can we take note of Sarah Hill still standing there looking all cute and good and like?
Yeah, she's
I got many thoughts on her now with this reveal.
I know.
We'll
But
get to
she
it.
doesn't know everything. She just knows what Karapika said. She can still choose to not believe it.
Yeah.
So we'll
And
see what
also
happens.
Bellorante, do you see that Bellorante doing this? What like?
Well,
that little detail is like, what are you smiling? Like what is going on?
he's always got that look on his face, I feel. But he's trying to figure out silent majority. And low key, I feel like he just straight up knows at this point. But I don't know. We'll find out soon.
I feel like
I really
he
think
probably knows, but
silent majority is getting solved this batch. I guarantee it. Swear on my life, it's happening.
Oh, I would love that. Oh, I would love that.
I really think it's happening. I can just feel it in my bones. Unless we cut away for the next 8 chapters to some other shit. Go off the Black Whale. Cut the Gone for 8 chapters for no reason.
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I
You
saw
never
that
know.
like Zhang Li is gonna give 1 coin to Gon and he's got his nin back. It's like yeah.
Yeah.
But
He mailed it
actually,
to him. You know?
but actually, it's like why not? You know.
I mean,
Like,
that is a way for it to happen, I guess. Don't know why that would happen, but yeah, we'll see.
So I believe it's your
Oh
turn
my
now,
God.
Hunter Society, for
Yes.
I
pages.
got it. Okay. So, he keeps on going. My only path is to develop their nin abilities as per my original plan. Benjamin's and Zhang Li's personal guards confirmed that Prince Wapol was male, and we conveyed to them that the switch itself is true. This goes even further to like end any questions to anyone reading. It's like, yes, we are doing this. This is an actual thing that we are doing. This is not real Wobble. This is a male Wobble and the whole
Yeah.
thing.
It's real.
Just by getting off first Prince Benjamin's hit list, we have reduced the threat significantly. They are maintaining status quo even though they know the prince is not Wobble, because the real Wobble could still be hiding aboard this ship and really does have eligibility.
Just gotta add in
No
that
matter
extra
what
wrinkle.
Benjamin's
Yeah.
I mean, what I got from this whole chapter is that In fact, real Wobble is on the ship hiding somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah.
We will get to that later on. We will get to that later on.
Yeah.
Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. But if the third and fifth princes feel I'm still useful, the alliance will continue. I still have 10th Prince Kacho's letter. The Kakin files. Don't forget
Yeah.
about that.
That's right.
I'll continue to show them the power of Nen abilities and prove that I still have important and useful information. At the same time, I must identify Beyond's biological children and their targets. Man, I do not want to be Kurapika at this situation.
Oh my god, no.
He has
ridiculous.
If this like he's like in a video game and you have like 10 billion side quests like active in the tracker right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can prove that the sister's son here isn't the official heir using physical characteristics, as long as the official heirs don't charge them with conspiracy and contempt. He won't be directly involved in the battle, and there should be little risk to his life now. The problem is Wobble, the one who isn't here. So female Wobble.
Yeah.
If the curses Beyond placed on his children that activates upon death are powerful enough to kill, they'll take effect instantaneously. A defenseless baby has no way to resist. The only solution is to locate the curse sacrifice beforehand and exorcise them. The rest of the curse sacrifices Langi told us about, they weren't told who they're cursing or under what conditions the curses activate. So Kurapika is going blind, basically. He's going blind. He doesn't know what he's looking for, who he's looking for, or how the curse actually works.
Yeah.
Would it be fastest to just ask Beyond the root of all of this? And then we get a picture of Beyond Netero. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aura. Aura.
Oh man.
So yeah,
This is
we have
amazing.
these cursed sacrifices to deal with, and then Karapka doesn't even know about the have-not that's in the room with him right now too, and what that's
Throw
gonna
a silent
look like.
majority in there. Throw silent
I
majority
know,
in there
it's
as
so
well.
much.
Why not?
I want to use this part in particular since it's kind of related and like kind of similar to talk about Sarahel for a second though, because it is interesting now that like she is under assumption that that is Woble herself like in the room, but like the Woble that she is targeting like is somewhere else entirely. So like if she like activates this in this room for whatever reason, how long would it take for the actual Woble to actually be cursed, knowing that she's not anywhere close to her right now?
I don't even think it would happen, period. I think she would just die for nothing, if I understand the have-nots correctly. Because the curse wouldn't be potent enough.
But
She's
they-
not even close.
They make a big deal about
Yeah.
proximity of it, though, and that the further you are away from your target, the longer it would take to actually take effect. So that's why I'm curious about what the details of that are. And on that note, if maybe something similar would happen with the cursed sacrifices. But they're implying with the cursed sacrifices that, like, if the conditions are met, it's just, like, a done deal. So, I don't know. There's shit's everywhere right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Also, I want to take note of this panel with Ueto holding Wobble, but it's Wobble with white hair, and also it's like I think this is we saw this Wobble on the ship at some panel at some point. She was laying in bed, and this Wobble was next to her. So I'm guessing this is the same era Ueto, and it's like Ueto that we are sympathizing with. Like, look at this poor woman. Look, she's trying to protect her child. I just want to keep note of that. It's like Kurapika does not see Woble as does not see Ueto as a bad person, even though she duped him twice by now. Once with the Hulkenberg stuff, and the second time is with this. She was like,
Yeah, well, I mean,
Just
it's his
so-
job. And he does care.
Yeah.
I do want to throw out the idea that that actually could be a picture of Oito's sister. You don't technically know that that's Oito.
That's a good point. Didn't think about that.
Possible. I don't know.
Yeah. In any case, I think the whole point of this though is to portray like Oito's doing this out of desperation to save her baby. Like at the end
Yeah,
of the
she's
day.
doing whatever it takes. And I think Kurapika's smart enough to understand that.
All right, and then we get an establishing shot of the tier 1, the ship within the ship. Some people hanging out at like a bar or something. Long hallway. Zodiacs appear beyond. Here he is. Hey, and we see a silhouette from the back. Beyond says, "I've been waiting for you."
So
Take it away.
yeah, remember back on, I think it was 401, right? Where we ended off with Beyond wanting to get a meeting with someone. We've been wondering this entire time who that was with. We have it here, and page flip into Cleopatra, or not Cleopatra. Cleopatra.
Yes.
I like unironically popped off at this because I remember telling Kaige before these chapters launched, I was doing my reread, I was like, bro, she has not showed up at all since her introduction. She had a name card and everything. Where is she?
And I literally told you, give it time. It's coming. Here it is.
We're here. She's relevant.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I have the most densely texted page of this entire chapter to read now, so bear with me, everybody.
Go off.
So Cleopatra walks in through the door and says, "Would you excuse us for a moment to Sayu and Kanzai?" Right? Did I get that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Kanzai says, "No can do." Fair enough, man. And Sayu says, and which remember, this is important to note, I think, throughout all this, we know that Sayu is the traitor of the Zodiacs working with Beyond. So take everything he's saying with that knowledge in mind.
Also worth knowing, unknowingly to Beyond, by the way.
Right.
That's important as well. But
Beyond doesn't know that he's working with him. Yeah, so there's a lot of wrinkles here, but just know that Sayu should be in the know of what to do to help Beyond, is kind of what I'm getting at. Sayu says, "Our job is to watch and nitpick. I know the Supreme Magistrate and the International Political Prisoner are both VIPs and all, but I can't let you make any secret pacts." So basically saying, yeah, no, we're watching all of your moves right now. we're not leaving.
yeah.
Beyond says, "Stay. I don't mind. I have multiple lawsuits pending, you see. I'm just going over the results. I'm the plaintiff in all of them, by the way." And he puts on these sophisticated-looking glasses.
He's looking good. Looking dapper.
Looks like a very smart man now. It's like that one meme is like a toothpick changes everything.
Yeah.
He's like the smartest man in the room now to me.
Yeah.
Cleopatra then says, "The suit brought to you by V5 was successfully reversed via plea bargains. There won't be a retrial. The violations you committed to broadcast the New World Voyage Declaration will not be prosecuted under international criminal law." Beyond then responds, "Well, they all just got transferred to the clandestine contract with Kaige. That was expected. What I care about is the stuff I'm suing for. There were about 1,000 cases, right? Holy shit." Cleopatra says 1,047 to be exact.
That's ridiculous.
He sued that many times. That's crazy. She then says, to cut to the chase, the Supreme Court deliberated on them collectively, and all have been dismissed.
Wow.
Every single one. All 1,047.
Just like that.
Beyond then appropriately responds, "Are you serious? All of them? Did you really look at them?" Cleopatra says, "Yes, I examined them all myself and made my decision." Beyond says, "That's just shoddy work." Cleopatra then responds, "Excuse me? How many months do you think I spent on them?" So Beyond then responds, "So Kaige has no plan to guarantee even the bare minimum of human rights for the general populace." Cleopatra then says, "Respect for basic human rights is already stated in the Constitution." And then Beyond says, "And I sued because it's not enforced. First of all, the definition."
Very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
This is the whole. It's not enforced thing. Very important for the image that Beyond Naturo likes to portray himself as. It's like in the Kaige you have in the Constitution all equal human rights and stuff like that. However, what this I hear about carnivals, meat and stuff like that. Come on, why is the Kaige royal treated different? I'm not saying that Beyond is a good guy. However, I'm saying that Beyond really cares for how the people portray him. And if you remember, the very first time we saw him, he was like, "Come on, I don't care, age, gender, male, female, I don't care who you are, what's your background, come with me, I am the one who," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a bad guy we're talking about. So
It's a classic
Just
case
thought I
of
might
pulling the political strings of the the human populace. So that's what we should
Yes.
probably be interpreting this as, by the way, knowing what Beyond's ultimate goal is, which is purely for Dark Continent expedition,
Yes.
So like there could be ulterior moments like to kind of benefit him in service of that. We don't really know. Beyond's kind of just a big question mark all around at the end of the day, I guess. But
He sure is.
Yeah.
But going back to what he's saying, he said, I sued because it's not enforced. First of all, the definitions of human being and citizen need to be clearly defined. The royal family and the general populace combined are the people of Kaige. Until they add that sentence, you'll never gain the trust of the general public. So again, kind of, still explaining, I guess. It's everything we just described, basically. Cleopatra then says that had been adopted before the suit, and regardless of the secession results, King Nasabi was already going to reconsider the wording of the Constitution, especially recognizing the equality of royals and the populace under the law. I've brought the records of all judicial reviews and related amendments and copies of clause revisions, as we see mountains of boxes in the background that people are bringing in now. It's impossible to expect past royal crimes to be prosecuted immediately, but there will be a deterrent in place for the future. Though I'm concerned that once the royals become part of the populace, things will be much worse from a security standpoint. And then Kanzai then thinks to himself, hey, or is whispering to Sayu rather, hey, we gotta look through all of that? Because, their whole job is to make sure nothing gets through to Beyond. That's, suspicious or
Not
anything.
fun.
Sayu then says, as if you can fully scrutinize that, just check if there are any suspicious objects in there. He wants to take the lazy way out.
Yeah.
Beyond with his very sharp glasses and says, an executive decision would be quicker and more effective than a constitutional amendment. I'm aware that cherry-picking features of both dictatorship and democracy is tricky, as he is reading, presumably, the first of many, many judicial reviews. Then thinks to himself for a second as he's reading.
Can I add something here?
Yeah.
I because I don't want to forget this, and maybe because like the whole wording here I am not very familiar with, because in my world we do not use the same wording. But by him saying an executive decision, is he in somewhat referring to martial law? Because this happened before martial law. So is he somewhat referring to something like martial law that would help enforce something like that?
So essentially what he's saying is that, so like an executive decision would be something akin to like King Nasabi basically like declaring something as like a new law, like, via like his authority, rather than something like a constitutional amendment, which at least for like the US is more so like a very governed process where it's very like democratic and like multiple votes and processes have to go through. So he's basically saying it'd be quicker if like, we just immediately like, materialize this rather than go through courts and stuff. It's what I'm getting at least, but maybe he means something different. It's hard to tell.
Martial law, however, would technically be an executive decision.
Right, under the authority of the military, though, for that case.
Yeah.
So, Beyond is reading this first little booklet for a moment, and then immediately tosses it to Sayu, says, read it, next. Which Kansai says, yeah, right, too fast, obviously. And then Sayu says, I'm just giving them to you randomly. I sure ain't taking requests. To which we get to the final panel here of this chapter, and Beyond says, that's fine. I'm just killing time until we land anyway. I don't care, as long as I can read printed text. Which Cleopatra then says, killing time? Want the death penalty? I'm busy. I'm here only because the 9th prince's trial was postponed. To which Beyond says, are you hearing this? I've known her since she was this small and was pooping her pants. This is who she really is, Zodiacs. To which Kansai says, don't care. And then Sayu says, put him to death. And then we end the chapter, to be continued.
He doesn't mean that.
No. These last 2 pages were very, very dense, and I don't know how relevant all of this will necessarily be in the short term, at least. But interesting.
Short term, I expect not at all. But this will be something we're gonna have to pull back from later on. I guarantee it.
Yep.
It's really interesting that Cleopatra was like a player here now in terms of the Beyond side of things. I don't really know. Didn't really expect that, to be honest. But it's
What
a
does
nice...
beyond referencing? What is beyond reference? I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
But what is beyond referencing when he says I've known her since she was a child? In any other time, we would have like, okay, he knows her since he was small. But does that have more significance that is led on?
Potentially. It's hard to say. I don't really know.
It's really hard to say because he's had his roots planted in Kakin for so long.
Yes.
It's no exaggeration, or it's not like crazy to think that he just knows, what is her role? Supreme judge or some shit?
Supreme something.
Supreme magistrate.
There we go.
So it would make sense that he just happened to have known, like, because maybe she has like roots in politics or something. This could be the daughter of, I don't know, somebody in politics of Kakin that he would have met in his time there. We just simply know nothing about her, so it's impossible to say. But the fact that he has known her for that long is something to note for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Oof,
to what extent?
what a chapter.
Yeah. To what extent we don't really know, but that relationship will be important going forward, I think. So.
Yeah, I almost guarantee it. And it really, I don't expect it, but it really would be very easy to slip some information in all these documents that he can use to his advantage. I don't know. We don't know enough about Cleopatra to make that call, and that's intentional. I mean, we're kind of intentionally left in the dark about everything about her right now. Mm-hmm. But she is certainly rising the ranks of characters to keep your eye on.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, what a chapter indeed. There's a lot to talk about here. I'm really excited for community comments here in a bit. But I think this is a more prompt time than ever to discuss the elephant in the room, which is everything regarding Woble.
Yes.
And what that means for a bunch of stuff and so many questions surrounding that. I'll open the floor to you guys to start that off.
There is like something that I realized when I was doing the first read, is that obviously if we are going to take anything as a foreshadowing, if you can say, from the previous best batch of chapters is Morena. We had the reveals that this Morena is not real Morena and stuff like that, and obviously you can draw a parallel between what is happening here, is that this Woble is not real Woble. However, I did remember something. The whole idea of a double, or someone who is not this person but another person, the doppelganger thing, has been a part of Hunter x Hunter since Heaven's Arena. If you remember with Castro, during this whole part and his fight with Hisoka back in Heaven's Arena, there was something weird going on where they go on and on about explaining what a doppelganger is. And a doppelganger is when something, and it's like explained in length, the idea of a doppelganger. You go to York New City, there were some doppelgangers when the Phantom Troop faked their death. So there is a pattern of this whole doppelganger situation going on with Hunter x Hunter, and it has been going on for a very long time. So this reveal is just something that Hunter x Hunter, that the story of Hunter x Hunter keeps on going back to, and that's like some kind of I don't want to call it a payoff, but it is a signature. It is somewhat of a Togashi signature. Now that you think about it this way, but once again, to be revealed based on a technicality, on a vowel, that's just unheard of to me, man. It's like, what? Seriously, that's what we're going for? Okay.
Yeah, that's Togashi for you.
It's just
I cannot.
master of the craft. Like there's no other way to put it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's this chapter more than any other has really made me take a step back and think, like, we really need to be paying attention to the minute details of this arc, because even something like this ends up being important. There's probably so many other tidbits we picked up along the way that nobody puts any thought into that will be important later. Something I think about a lot, Dylan, I remember we talked about this back in the day when we were covering the volumes, is whenever there's the there's the part where what the guy that wants all the Phantom Troops autographs? Anybody remember his name? Sudonke.
my
I
God.
just remembered it.
Sunoke.
It just came to mind somehow. Whenever he's talking to that lady who runs the store trying to get autograph paper, and she's explaining all the shipping routes and shipping times of ways to get materials to the boat, and how we spend a whole page explaining that mechanic, that will come up again. There's no doubt in my mind. There will sometime in this arc, something will need to be shipped to this boat, or something will be shipped to this boat that'll change everything. I guarantee it. It's just Chekhov's gun, just waiting to be popped.
And Togashi loves loading Chekhov's gun, as we
he
see
sure
time
does.
And time again. He'll load 5 of them at once, and then we'll just unload them randomly, and you can't predict it.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Chekhov's gun, have you started to drink the juice of Chekhov's baby, Unma's hidden baby?
Oh,
that's
what do you think?
What do I think? Okay, so after not a long time to think about it, obviously, I told you I read it the first time before getting it on the school. But if first thought is that, what if Aweto's sister is hooking up, or not hooking up, is the wife of Benjamin, and that swap would obviously make it very, very complicated, because the male Wobble is Benjamin's son. And real Wobble, female Wobble, is the one hiding with Unma.
Benjamin in 410 was talking about his heir to the throne, right?
He was, if that is Benjamin, at least.
If that is Benjamin, there's.
But there was also, I mean, some people also wonder if that could be Hulkenberg's child in there with Unma, which this kill 2 birds with 1 stone if Benjamin is Hulkenberg in 410, which who knows? We don't know. But yeah, I think the chances of that are higher than some might think, honestly.
Why would you show a baby, but not show
exactly.
it? He just showed the crib, and he's like hiding back here, like doing that's a Chekhov's baby. You know, that's gonna come up again.
It is. Oh yeah, that baby. Regardless of what it is, that baby is something.
Yes, it's gonna come up again, and it's gonna be like, it's either a cursed child of Beyond, and Beyond duped Benjamin. I don't think I have to think about that for a while in order to make it make sense to me. But the other option that I have, and the one that would raise the stakes on it, is that what if the baby sitting right here all along has been Benjamin's baby, and the real Wobble is the one that Unma is taking care of, and that would take away the complication of introducing another baby into this story. Dude, it's so confusing, man.
Yeah, that would make it a lot easier to digest if it's, this is just the son of somebody we already know.
And you know, if this baby is related to Benjamin as well, this could be a very interesting device to fully get maybe the first prince's guards on Kurapika's side fully as well. If maybe he shows any kind of motivation to protect that child as well. If they were in the know about this information in the first place, they might not be. But I'm thinking Bobby Mina, whose motivations and morals are very ambiguous right now. It could lead to something with that very easily.
Bobby Mina, this whole time we were talking about this, I've been thinking about Bobby Mina, because time and time again, we just talked about this last week. Anytime there's some information given to us in room 1014, we always cut to Bobby Mina, and he's always got that same look on his face. He is thinking. He's cooking. He's got something in his head, and we just have no idea what it is. He knows something that nobody else in this room knows. I'm convinced. I don't know what it is, but the closer we get to...
Maybe it's the baby situation.
It might be the baby. It might be the baby. That's what I'm starting to think, honestly.
Oh,
we shall see.
Baby, man. I'm just going to throw this out there. Maybe it's far-fetched. I don't know how to say it. But once again, going back to the original Wobble, okay, dude, I sound like a conspiracy theorist now that I realize that's
it's a safe space.
Look at okay, please, guys, please, thank you. So, oh my God, okay, original baby Wobble, very dark hair.
Yeah,
Wobble is that Kurapika is holding. Okay, very detailed dark hair. Okay, Wobble in this chapter. We don't know the color of the hair, but it's white, you know? Okay, so, and we also got this page cover when the war actually started. All right? And do you see the color of Wobble's hair over here? It's yellow. Do you see Prince Benjamin's hair? It's yellow.
Oh,
Now,
fuck.
stay with me. Stay with me. Now, Wobble that we saw here in the ceremony, first time we saw Wobble, like I said, hair, black. Ueto's hair, black. Nasubi's hair, black. So, Wobble here, after the succession war started, this is male Wobble. Hair, white, yellow. Benjamin's hair, yellow. Okay, so this gene is in here. That's what I'm gonna have to say. Okay, I'm sorry.
I like it. I like it.
The hair color makes it very, very convincing. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, like Nasubi, black hair, Ueto, black hair, a child with a black hair.
Yeah, makes sense.
A child with a white, with a yellow hair, a blonde child, a bit fishy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
However,
fishy.
if that was the child of Ueto's sister and Benjamin as the father, closing the loop of Chekhov's baby that is sitting with Unma, okay, and the baby that Kurapika was guarding all along was, how do you call it? Benjamin's son. I sound crazy, I know, but just I'm gonna put some pepper, some salt and pepper on that. I'm gonna work with it a little bit, and then it's
Right.
gonna sound good.
It's workshop.
Yeah, no.
I like it. I like the theory
I
a
do
lot.
like that. I think there's a lot of credence to that. It's entirely possible, and it's weird because it's one of those things that sounds both like something Togashi would and wouldn't do. Like I can't really pin it down as like, oh, that's a clear Togashi twist, because I don't really know if he's done anything like that before, but it also does sound like something he would do. So I don't know. I could see it though. That's the point I'm trying to make. I think there is a very real possibility of that. Now, in regards to this Woble situation, I have questions because I hopefully one of you understands better than I do. So, seed urn ritual was done by real Woble.
Real
correct?
Woble. Yes.
Yes.
Which
What
would
was
indicate-
done? See
go
that? So she has an N beast.
She should, in theory, have a Nen Beast, because that specific part of it
Is
is how
the
you
Nen
get
Beast,
the
yeah.
Nen Beast. Yeah.
So okay, what part did male Woble do? What
She
is
was
the
in-
ceremony?
He did the ceremony. This part. He did the, where is it? He did the ceremony on the black whale when it first started to go.
Yeah.
Ueto said that real Wobble, female Wobble, did the seed urn ceremony and ate the Nin ball and everything with the fairy and stuff. And the ceremony on the ship is after the swap. After the swap happened. You see this? The moment of the announcement where they're all hanging around. This ceremony, this is fake Wobble. The one behind, this is fake Wobble. And his hair is white. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
okay.
this is so
That's
frustrating.
so crazy.
But it's so interesting because real Woble should have a Nen Beast then.
Yes.
Even
and
if they're
is that
not-
causing
Even if they're not
problems.
even if they're not in the succession battle proper, that is the initiation for getting the Nen Beast part of it. So where is the Nen Beast then still on this ship if that's a thing? Or did they develop the Nen Beast at all? Is there like a loophole there that we're unaware of there? Related to how
my
Nen is
loophole
working?
regarding the Nin Beast and why the theory that I have regarding why Wobble's Nin Beast, the Wobble that we thought was real Wobble, is because the kid is using Zets, because we got the information that when babies use Nin, they instinctively go into using Zets. And we also saw with Sraidnik during his training that when he went onto Zets, his guarding spirit beast disappeared as well. You know, so I just thought that maybe Wobble, because we got that information that Beyond's children, when they were struck with the Nen curse, they instinctively went into using Zets because they're babies. And then, okay, so maybe Wobble has a guardian spirit beast, but she's just what we thought was she was just using Zets, and that's why we couldn't see the Guardian Spirit Beast. By that logic, it could be transferred on this only this part of the theory could be transferred on to real female Wobble that we don't know where it is, and that will explain why her Guardian Spirit Beast is a no-show. Is because the kid is instinctively using Zets because that's what babies do, and we know for a fact that when the user uses Zets, the Guardian Spirit Beast is gone. You cannot see it.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense too, I guess. And then that's just combining with the fact that like the whatever that Nen beast could be might just not be appearing of its own volition, even if the baby wasn't using Zetsu. So a lot of question marks there, I guess. But like it certainly like throws a really weird wrinkle into that part of into all of this.
And lest we forget the moment we had earlier in the arc where male Woble emits some kind of aura,
right?
That Kurapika makes note of. Now, what was that? Was that perhaps a curse? Is this a cursed baby? Yeah.
This
Yeah,
panel haunts
Look at how sinister.
This panel haunts me.
That's so interesting. Oh my god. Yeah, there's just so many questions now, bro.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Because, I mean, this baby should not have Nen in any capacity. Oh, man. But it also...
all of the guards over here, they're like NPCs. No one cares about... these are gone. Like, maybe if there was, like, an infiltrator carrying the basket or whatever this is called, we would have thought maybe one of them cursed the child. But then again, we don't know.
We just don't know.
Like...
We have no idea. Oh my god, so many questions. This literally changes everything. 2 chapters in a row that change everything. What the hell? This is so crazy, man. Like this, seriously, anytime you reread now, that's not Woble. We're not seeing Woble. We just saw Woble once.
I just did a reread, and I feel like I need to do a reread again.
Yeah, exactly. I just finished my reread last night. I'm like, damn. Should I go again?
Should have waited another week. Yeah.
Oh my god. And you know what hurts even more is that when you do your reread, reread, you're gonna feel so stupid. It's like, oh my god, it's so obvious.
Yeah, I know.
It's so obvious. How did I not catch?
How could we not see this?
Crazy.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't really know what else I can add on to it other than like what the fuck. Like this changes everything, and I am going to be thinking about this for a while. There's a lot of things to be answered now going forward through the rest of the
you wanted to say something about Sarah Hill.
I already gave my thoughts earlier on that, but yeah, like Sarah Hill, like obviously we know that like she thinks that this is the real Woble. She just thinks that she's not eligible for the succession contest given Kurapika's information, right? But we know that this isn't the real Woble. So like if Sarah Hill tries to activate the curse here, obviously the target in front of her is not going to be the one who's targeted.
Yep.
But then it becomes a question of like, okay, is the real Woble still going to be affected? And if so, like how long will it take for the curse to take effect? How will they deal with that? Like, will Sarah Hill even figure out this little quirk in all of this now and like maybe redirect her attention to trying to find the real Woble? I don't know how that would come about, but like that is something to think about as a possible plot line, right? Sarah Hill's entire involvement within the second round of Nen classes now is like it's very interesting to me now, and something I want to keep an eye on going forward too.
And also the Nen class, like I think time wise, 10 a.m. The lesson was supposed to start at 9, but he gave them an hour, and now it's 10, so it's like 4. We have 4 hours. We jumped 1 hour. 4 hours before martial law.
Yeah. So this class will be happening during when martial law... how... Are the Nen classes like 2 hours, aren't they?
That's what I don't think it lasts any more than like 2 or 3 hours.
So it'll actually be over, I think, by the time martial law happens. Or it could be longer. Oh, God, I can't remember now. They do say a specific amount of time that it lasts, and it's also delayed an hour this time.
Right. I'd have to go back and confirm if how long it is, but it's not something that lasts all day. So I'm going to assume that it will end before martial law. Still wild though, considering this is like the first day of this new round of NEN classes. And
martial law is about to get declared. Yeah, but if they're in that room or not is actually going to be huge. I'm really curious to see, because if they are in that room and martial law is declared, would they be escorted back to their rooms, or would they have to stay in that room? Actually, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Actually, that's a really good question.
Isn't it you stay where you are type of situations that just don't move? And
that is the case, but I don't know if it's different for tier 1, because we only heard the instructions over the intercom for tiers 2 and below.
But we saw the panel where Benjamin is like walking with his soldier, and like they taped the doors.
The doors shut. That's like right. The doors were taped shut.
Yeah,
so
it could have been after they were relocated, though. But
right, maybe.
We just don't know. Ah, man, that's if they are all stuck in this room together. I think that's when silent majority is going to get solved. That's going to be big silent majority time.
Oh my god. I would, dude, if I was Karapika and I had to worry about silent majority right when martial law goes into effect, I would lose my shit. I don't know what I'd do.
Karapika has to be hitting a breaking point. He's got way too much on his plate. This is just absurd. And if information ever reaches him, oh my god, I forgot his name. Mizai. If Mizai ever decides to tell him that the troop is on this damn boat, it's over. Karapika is not gonna make it, man. He's got too much on his mind.
High key, I don't even think it's gonna get to that. Like, all this shit's gonna happen, and he's gonna like somehow like, you know, barely make it through it or whatever, and then like Krolos just gonna show up out of nowhere and be like, hey, you're my match.
Yeah.
I mean, to add to that, you remember the colored page that we got in the previous chapter?
Yeah.
The one with Shridnik holding Pyro.
Yeah. Pyro, yeah.
And what if, amidst all of this, Kurapika knows for a fact that this is Pyro's head. What will happen? The crash out that Kurapika, that is bound to happen to Kurapika, is to be, while he has all of this on his shoulders,
it would
and then
be,
he sees...
unironically, would be a second coming of Adult Gon, but for Kurapika, I think, like, it would be bad.
There's an impending crash out for Kurapika. It's looming.
It's just what form will that take place in? Yeah. All right, we're kind of deviating off of the actual contents of 412 here, but fun discussions and things to think about regardless. We should probably transition this into. Oh wait, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Lawsuits. We didn't talk about the lawsuits. The legal system. Isn't this fun? Come on, guys.
I don't.
Yeah. We can open this up to be like a 5-hour podcast. We can talk about the legal system of Kakin. Why not?
Let's guess all 1,047 lawsuits.
Yeah.
I think that this is double speak. You're funny that you mentioned that, but when I reread it again right now, I think that this is double speak. Like, what if Cleopatra is like working with them and she says to the Zodiacs like, no worries, you can stay here, and she is like giving him codes within the like. Read this part again, but forget about lawsuits. Lawsuits are just it's a code. It's a code for something. And he's saying, didn't I submit like 1,000 cases? And she's like, no. It's 1,047. That might be a code for something.
This is like all very coded speech. Yeah, like everything here is like premeditated. They have like a whole code in place that they are following.
Like I know Togashi loves tangents and loves building words about something very, very specific, but the legal system of Kakin, I don't think we need to know all of this, and I don't think that we need that Beyond really cares about lawsuits and stuff like that. I think there is a double meaning. Yeah. There is something to be deciphered. 1,000. No. It's 1,047, and like the whole room numbered situation is numbered in 1,000. Why? Is it not called room 1 for prince number 1, room 2 for prince number 2? It's room 1,000 something.
You're very much on something. Am I overreaching? No. I think you actually got it, because I'm looking through like that page again, that last page, And it's a very simple line, but it's the one I'm really honing in on. It's just right at the top right of the page where he says, "Are you serious? All of them? Did you really look at them?" I think that can be read as him trying to be like, "You sure? Do we have this right before we commit? You got it." He's really trying to make sure.
That with the whole thing that Beyond is trying to do with like his image to the public and like, look, I'm trying to make Kakin like all the best heaven for all the people and everyone is equal and stuff like that. But I think that Beyond is like trying to, he will what how do you call it? He will betray all of them. I think that he needs all of the people to be on his side because when he reaches the Dark Continent, he's gonna use them for sacrifice or something like that. You know, he wants the people to like really hang on to him. But at the end of the day, he will use them as something at the Dark Continent, like cannon fodder or like whatever it is. So this whole diversion into the legal system and like I'm the plaintiff in all of them and the 2 cases from the V5 were dismissed. It's like, okay, cool and all. I cannot shake the feeling that this is double speak. They are speaking in code, and the Zodiac sitting in saw you like they are being blindsided. They don't understand what is actually they're talking about.
Yeah, no,
That's what I have to say.
I genuinely am on board with that, like 100%. I could very much see that being the case because this is all very specific. And it just seems like, yet again, another Chekhov's gun, just something that's going to be unloaded at some point in the future. We'll call back to it. Like, hey, remember when they had this conversation in the jail cell? Yeah, that's game-changing information, actually.
I'm not going to
classic Togashi thing.
I'm not going to commit to that being the exact way this will go about, because I think this could easily branch off a few different ways for how everything here will become relevant in the future. Because like maybe these judicial laws and whatnot maybe are important. I can see Togashi trying to dive further into that because I mean he just loves complicated shit like that, obviously, right? But it is an interesting thought, and it's something I could see happening for sure, like this being doublespeak.
All right, with that, I think we've talked about every aspect of this chapter, but we still have plenty to talk about. So let's go ahead and see what everybody else had to say.
Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, now it's time for us to talk about what your guys' thoughts are on Hunter x Hunter Chapter 412 question. User reminder, if you want to get in on the fun discussing any given topic week to week, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts, as well as the call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky every Sunday morning for these new chapter releases. And of course, if you want to email us your thoughts, you can always do so at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. So, we're starting off with a Twitter response here from Terror of Talos, saying, "Hey guys, I know there are likely going to be more comments than last time, so I'll try to make this as brief as possible." You were correct. We got a good amount of comments this week. Thank you to everybody who wrote in.
Yes.
This twist is honestly such an amazing subversion. Woble not actually being who we initially knew them as both aligns with and elevates Succession's plot and theming. It also makes Obito an even more interesting character and recontextualizes so much, including her reaction to Momose's death. That is kind of interesting now that I'm thinking about it. I've already seen some take issue with how the current baby in potential danger, having nothing to do with the contest, made certain things pointless. But if anything, this only further emphasizes how a status symbol shouldn't determine the value of a human life.
Yeah.
That's a very potent way of putting that. I like that. Regardless, the other Woble is still in danger, so this actually raises the stakes and gives Beyond's cursed children even more plot relevance. Speaking of Beyond, that portion of the chapter is interesting for other reasons too, though I currently don't have much to say about it apart from the high chance that nobody guessed Beyond wanted to talk to Cleopatra.
No way.
That was the last person on my mind, I think, for who we wanted to meet with, but that was a great subversion for that reason too. I think I really like that. Overall, this is another great chapter, and I feel the non-linear structure is going to somehow be even more important going forward, especially with the multiple mentions of time before special martial law begins. Just like what Hunter Society said would happen in that timeline video he made months ago.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes. I was so happy when I saw it in this chapter. I was like, I called it.
Yeah, you literally did. Yeah, you literally said, like, you believe that will be our new anchor going forward. And you got it dead on. It is.
Nail on the head.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Proud
Speaking of Cleopatra, when Beyond says it, I just love the fact that when we have the first reveal in like a silhouette, it's like, oh my god, is it Kurapika or maybe it's not Kurapika? No, we're gonna be tricked. It's gonna be Kaiser. It's gonna be, and then it's Cleopatra, and then Beyond is like, hey, I've been waiting for you. Like, of course it's Cleopatra. What do you think? I was like, oh my god, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, that was quite the page flip. How many people do you think turned that page and literally had no idea who that was? Probably most people reading, honestly.
Double
I
digits
would say
maximum.
like if you are not obsessed with silent majority, you probably think this is the first time this character appeared.
Yeah, I guarantee
Because the introduction of this character came right after the whole silent majority debacle. And it was just one page, like you said, it's like one page chilling. It's like, yeah, the silent majority case not important. Click, and that's it.
Yep.
And like, okay, Cleopatra, of course he was waiting for Cleopatra. Of course, it makes sense. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, so funny. All right, next up is from Lucas Hunt on, is this Twitter? Yeah,
This
Twitter.
is Twitter. Yep.
Says, enjoyed the chapter, but was a little disappointed that our existing plot threads weren't further explored, like Silent Majority, Morena, plus Borkson, martial law, etc. Love Togashi, but the hiatuses make it hard to be patient for the payoff of TV's anticipated plot threads. That's fair, but, you know, it makes the eventual payoff that much sweeter when we finally get it. I mean, Silent Majority, man, we've been waiting literally like 10 years for, so I can keep waiting. It's all right. I'm ready, but I can keep waiting.
I can understand the disappointment in that, though, to an extent too. Like, I mean, the hiatuses are no joke, obviously. So, like, you know, if you're that invested in these particular plot threads and you're not getting like anything. Like, I feel for people who are like really like deep into like who is Silent Majority, because that hasn't been explored in really any capacity in a long, long time. So, like, I understand the frustration for sure.
Oh, yeah, I do too. And martial law, I mean, we literally have a countdown. We're getting there. I don't know if it'll be this volume. I keep going back and forth on it. It depends on how much Togashi wants to tell us before we get to that big event. I mean, this is like, martial law being declared is like a nuke going off on the ship. This is like a huge thing that changes everything. So we need all the build up to it. I feel like we will get to it this batch personally, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
We've been wrong before.
I hope so. I really, really hope so.
I know.
All right, so we have Milu Kitty from Twitter.
Bluesky.
The silly faces. Bluesky, okay. The silly faces Kurapika made while being told he's pronouncing it wrong gave me infinite joy. Yes, the Chinese tones and the completely different meaning a word can have when you use them incorrectly. I can't even be mad because it's so clever and it makes a lot of sense. But it's completely normal, plus that almost nobody is believing him too. And they are thinking of showing the baby's genital to prove he isn't Woble. Did I get this wrong? I mean, you didn't get this wrong. He does say that Benjamin's people proved that he is a baby, a male baby. Laugh out loud.
Only way to do it. I don't know any other way.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, I guess.
Beyond being a freaky law freak gave me the ick. As a former law student, it reminded me of the typical kid who starts his first year of university and thinks he's an expert in constitutional law. God damn, he is truly bored and doing all of that. I hate him for that. I mean, I do get the hate. The whole, actually, you didn't do your work. Cleopatra give me the paperwork. I need to check it myself. That's very, very frustrating. I get that. And the whole tones thing, this is, I completely get it. You have the same thing with Spanish. The whole feminine, masculine. You have the same thing with Arabic, obviously, and you have the same thing with Chinese. The whole tones is just it's a foreign aspect of language that people who do not have it in their language, like what are you talking about, you know? But if you speak a language that uses tones, it makes absolute sense. It makes sense. A simple change in tone, and I guess there is a version of it in English. Like I just thought of this example, like for maybe like Dylan, something happened to you, okay, and I go to you right away and I say, "You good?" Do you notice how I said it? You good?
Yeah.
It's like I'm checking on you.
Yeah.
This means that I'm checking on you. However, in any other context, maybe I'm sorry, but this is the example that I had in mind. Maybe you were drinking alcohol, okay, and you said, "I need some more alcohol." I'm gonna say, "You good?"
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
like a
It's-
statement.
You understand?
Yeah,
That
statement.
is
It's
a
the
good
same
example.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the tone is different, okay? I'm sorry to use that example, but this is the only thing that I had in mind. Obviously, I take it from movies. I know it from movies. But this is it, you know? It's like a simple change in the tone changes the whole complete meaning. So yeah, but once again, to use that as a way to deliver a plot twist.
What gets me the
It's
most
insane.
about it is that it's like it's relative to a name in this case as well, like how you pronounce
Yeah.
the name. But it's like for you know Western folk, like anybody that's in the U.S. like me and Kaige, like that's not really a thing for like the English language, right?
No,
And
we don't
so
have gender
The
part of-
example that I gave you is the tone thing. When you
Right.
change the tone in that aspect, it's a change the tone from masculine to feminine.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, but we don't really have that for like especially names in the English language. And so like part of it, there's like a very small part of me that likes to believe like Tagashi like created this entire dynamic just to completely fuck with Western readers specifically. Like that would be diabolical, but like I don't think that's the actual intent, but it'd be really funny to think.
Yeah, I mean, we could have never seen this coming. We literally didn't even have the capacity to guess it. So it's funny.
But yeah, thank you, Mila Kitty, for writing in as usual. You're the goat. Next up is from Spiral Trigger EX. If anyone guessed right, I'm just assuming it's Tagashi using a burner account.
Yeah.
He's the one browsing the subreddits. He's out there. I think this chapter gave me some predictions I find could be interesting. First one saying, Oito's sister had relations with Beyond. Oito never thought Kurapika would find out about the swap or be questioned on it. The queen willingly said she specifically didn't have relations with Beyond and to check if she's lying. If Kurapika solely checked if Woble was Beyond's child, then that would be proven to be false and give the appearance that the baby in front of them isn't Beyond's. The baby in early chapters showed awareness that you would assume a Nen user would have and hasn't had a spirit beast show up. Now that makes sense. Okay,
Very
I'm following
possible.
along. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the second paragraph, why would Oito's sister put her own son in that situation? I suspect that Oito's sister and Beyond planned the swap. Think about it. What did Beyond say he wanted? He wants the royals and the people to be equal. Kurapika last week said if the succession battle doesn't end in one winner, then the current royal family loses power. If Beyond's child isn't a part of the 14, then the child doesn't count as the final survivor. I think Beyond's goal is to have the prince dwindle the numbers, then curse the remaining strong princes to end the battle with technically no prince survivors. If everyone in Kaige is equal to the royals, then all of Beyond's children are equal to the royal family if he succeeds.
Oh my god. Oh.
That's really good.
That's really good, yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
That'd be a really good payoff to like Beyond trying to to multiple plot lines, honestly. Not just Beyond's, attempt to for all we know seize power within Kakin, but, also pay off the whole, Beyond secret children, basically. So that's interesting. Huh.
But that's also assuming that Beyond is doing this to mess with the royals. You know, he's doing this to mess with the royals in order to reach that equivalent peace type of thing, which is with the later chapter, the later end of the chapter, it does cooperate good with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's something
absolutely.
there. There's something there, I think. Those are really good theories, and I'll think on those in my own time as well. I think there's legs to that. I think.
Yeah, I really think so. Yeah, as Dylan said, I have to put more thought into it. But like on paper, just hearing it right now, that sounds really good. Very believable. All right, next is from RHADAH, Rada maybe, who says, happy to be live and caught up. Love the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
One question. I'm confused about the timeline. Does Kurapika's conversation with Bill and then Oito happen before his revelation to the class? We did another mini flashback for that, right? Yes, that was right before.
48 hours before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was after, probably like right after Long he left.
Exactly.
I would
exactly
imagine.
after.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's go. Is it just me or Togashi's weird first design throughout the Wobble manga were all just a ploy so that we wouldn't care about Wobble's hair straight? Oh my god.
This is
Oh,
reading your
God.
mind right now, this comment.
Yeah. Also, don't get distracted by Beyond doing the method Vegeta cosplay. Am I reading this correct?
Yeah, Kaige,
Yeah.
translate.
I
method
don't
Vegeta
really.
cosplay.
I don't know how it's Vegeta cosplay personally, but
The method
sure.
Vegeta.
That's something I'm not aware of.
Oh
don't know.
no! Okay, I just googled it. That's like the stupid picture of like Vegeta like reading a book in front of like a shelf.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that. Yeah, he did look like that.
Those guys are totally exchanging information using the documents and are just banking on Kanzai being too stupid to notice. And since this week once again proved that Togashi is that guy, I will just assume Balarante is silent majority false. Until I added the false, I'm sorry. I don't believe that Balarante is silent majority. Until further notice, because why would he know about the doll's mask if this information was not shown to him in public?
No,
It's
no,
because
no.
The woman that got
Yes.
attacked said it.
Yeah, people
Nothing
keep forgetting
is
that.
accidental. Nothing is accidental. Everything is connected.
Yeah, I kept, dude. So many people last week were like, "We got it, Bellarante. That's the one, guys."
Nope,
You
nope.
missed a panel. It's not. It's not it. Calm down, relax. I know we're hungry, but he's not the one we're looking for.
All right, but I like these hashtags.
He might be on to something. I would say he might be on to something, but he is not it. He is not silent majority.
No.
Straight up.
That being said, these hashtags are very funny. Hashtag the Kurta Massacre was an inside job. Hashtag Woble Black Horror was just a fart. Hashtag Beyond is Gone's mother.
True.
I love the Wobles one. The Wobles one is amazing.
It's just
It's
aura,
possible.
bro. It's just aura.
It's just aura.
ripping a fat one right there.
That's a theory I can buy.
Thank you, Lo, for the comment.
Yes, thank you.
Next up is from Finks Fan. I don't think Beyond's lawsuits are really about human rights. I think human rights are the vehicle. On the surface, he's arguing that the royal family should be equal before the law. A royal family member who commits a crime should have the same punishment as a regular Kakian citizen, for example. But the deeper effect is that it weakens the deification of the Kakian monarchy, whose authority has been built over 1,000 years through the ancient succession ritual. What really stood out to me is that he admits a single utterance from an absolute king is faster and far more effective than the Constitution. Okay, this is like a scanlation translation, but this is the whole, like, you know, an executive order is faster thing that we covered. While saying the challenge is balancing the best parts of dictatorship and democracy. That doesn't sound like someone trying to eliminate concentrated power. My suspicion is that Beyond doesn't want to destroy Kaki's power system. He may instead want a blending of a dictatorship and a democracy. Citizens may genuinely gain more rights than they had under the royal family, but the real winner could be Beyond and the prince he's backing, who gain the top spot in the Kakian hierarchy and are able to do as they wish. That, I think, is a kind of... That feels like to me how Togashi is intending for everything to read as to the reader right now.
That's the key word. I feel like that's how he wants you to think. Because... I don't know. Personally, I just kind of don't think Beyond really cares. Period. I think his goals are far beyond Kakian, and any kind of outwardly appearance that he's giving of caring and actually wanting to develop Kakian is just, it's for show. It's to achieve his grander goals in the Dark Continent. That's just how I think. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he does have grand aspirations for Kakian, and that could still be in relation to the Dark Continent expedition in some capacity, but I kind of don't think there's any correlation personally. I just think it's a means to an end for him.
But in that way, I think he is right, though, in that, like, you know, he is using a vehicle, like, these as, like, a vehicle to his ultimate goal. It's just a matter of which that manifests, I think, is where we're kind of questioning it.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm stuck on, and it has to do with something like this, and I believe it has to do with Beyond. This makes me want to go back to the Dark Content Expedition arc, where when we got the panels where Beyond is talking with his subordinates. Maybe there is something there that can tie up and flesh out to us what is Beyond actual play here. But I do think he's onto something. Because this made me deviate a bit from the whole it's double speak thing, and maybe he's actually cooking something by abusing the legal system.
It's possible. I could see it going either way. It's totally up in the air. Who's next? Me?
It'd be you.
Okay. Next up is from Sam Sansei, who says, "This chapter showed that the trust between Oito and Kurapika is weaker than it was first thought of. The manga since the anime ended had so much detours, especially in the beginning with this chapter. It feels again that Kurapika's story in this arc has shifted. He can now he can move out of 1014 room in search of Beyond Curses, which changes so much of the plot because Hisoka is somewhere on tier 1 and Crollo is trying to get to tier 1. Also now, I don't understand the silent majority purpose anymore in 1014 because this baby isn't even eligible for succession, so it can't be related to Beyond as he won't make such a mistake. Also, Oito said that she has no connection to Beyond. So this strong conjure ability is really done by a guard in the room?
Not necessarily a guard.
Yeah. It could be anybody in that room. I really do think it is somebody in the room, personally. But
it is someone in the room.
Yeah,
it is someone in the room.
It has to be. There's no saying it has to be a guard.
Yeah. So, like, there's many things to unravel about Silent Majority's entire purpose in that room to begin with. I think Togashi probably has a plan for that in mind. It just, the time for that to actually show itself is just not here yet. I feel like it's coming, though, like, very soon.
It's coming.
Probably within this round of men classes.
And I do think that, like you mentioned, that Sam, like you mentioned, that the trust between Ueto and Kurapika is in jeopardy. Is that the word? Because this is, once again, the second time. And I do feel that Kurapika does feel for Ueto and everything. However, that's 2 times she duped him. And as kind as Kurapika is, I don't think he's gonna let it go. Like if something happens, or if she's obfuscating, if she's hiding any other information, that might lead to some bad stuff. And regarding your comment about the silent majority, I do believe it will pay off in a massive way. But
yeah,
it's not the guards. It's not the guards using silent majority. Think again. Look again, man. Look again. It's not the guard. And it's not Balarante. Believe me, it's not Balarante.
No, it's not Balarante. Promise.
All right, so we have Battle Royale, Funny Clips, 7836.
He's back.
Great username. If what Kurapika said in the last chapter is true, wouldn't it be necessary for the real Woble to be found and added to the 14th coffin nin generator thingy? Okay, great. Can the next king of Kakin be powerful enough without all princes' bodies? So I believe that Woble, real Woble, female Woble, is on the ship hiding somewhere. Clash of baby. At the moment, that's where I'm at, hiding with Unma. However, it was made very, very in the last chapter when Kurapika was explaining the four steps of governance that the Kakin has to go to. The final one is this ritual, this metaphorical sacrificial ritual that all of the dead must gather to the power generator and die. I'm guessing that all 14 must be present, including the previous king, in order for that ritual to be ended, and thus making us believe that yes, real Woble is also on the ship.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. I feel like it wouldn't have been mentioned to us, like the possibility of her being on the ship if she wasn't on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
She's there somewhere.
Yeah, and I honestly don't think whatever process that coffin generator thingy will entail, I feel like, this is just speculation, obviously, but I feel like it just wouldn't work entirely without all of the coffins or whatever being filled. So it is interesting to think about, though, in that aspect. All right, next up is from Stonebreaker.io. I didn't even consider this twist as a possibility. Given the Kakin language, sounds that are hard for foreigners to differentiate makes complete sense and is realistic too. Another example of how Owito can be extremely clever, and all the information necessary to figure out what was happening was there the entire time. Shimanu's name, Woble looking slightly different than before, etc. But our trust in the dowsing chain prevented us from seeing it. LOL. Yeah, he used the dowsing chain kind of against us, didn't he?
Yeah.
Our belief in that. Fascinating.
Also notice the focus on Shimono in this chapter, huh? I'm just gonna say.
I mean, yeah.
That's my girl. Shimono's my girl. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, hey, you gotta say her name right.
Shimono. She's my girl, man. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind.
That's okay. Yeah, fair enough. I can't challenge that. All right, next, it's me, right? Yep, it is.
Yep.
From Fillard Millmore, who says, everyone who's been mistakenly calling Woble he was actually not mistaken all along. That's true.
That's me. That's me.
You did that.
Yeah, all the time I used to
man.
put he, like but I wasn't, like, I was just confused, like I kept doing it by mistake, but here it is.
Yeah, you were right all along. While Woble won't be safe from Beyond's children curses, as Karapika's worried about, it does perhaps mean that the immediate threat that Sarahel poses is voided. I really like how linguistics are relevant to the plot. I had noticed that Shimanu was referred to in two different ways, but for some reason I didn't question it. Also, the thing about certain linguistics minutia being indiscriminable to non-natives is very true. My parent can't distinguish color from color, for example. It's also just cool world building and a clutch Bill moment. Much to consider as it concerns Beyond's attempts to reform Kakin. The fact that Cleopatra in essence tells him to bug off about the Constitution's wording because King Nasabi is already supposedly working on it himself says a lot about the self-aggrandizing nature of Kakin politics. Very much so, yeah. There's so many ways to read that scene, I'm learning.
Yeah, it's too many to count at this point, I feel like. There's a lot of interpretations here.
There's so many different things you can get out of that. Yeah, I also, that collar and color example is a really good one too. That's definitely one that applies to English. You can very easily mishear that.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So Mono Technic says, I didn't make it to the last chapter's video, but really happy you guys are back.
We never left.
I'm also very happy. I'm also very happy that you didn't go anywhere. Decided to go for 5 minutes and just came back. I cannot believe all those typos Togashi made were all just hints to the plot. I don't know if I misunderstood, but I was surprised that Kurapika thought his reveal would deter Bobby and Sakata from coming to the classes. Wouldn't it be smart of them to keep spying on Owito and Co. in case the real Woble was heading somewhere, or there was some sort of a loophole in the questioning? I didn't have anything interesting to add to the topic, but wanted to say that you guys' videos are honestly one of the best part of reading experience, of the reading experience for me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Second
That is incredibly kind of you to say. Thank you.
To answer your question, though, I'm 90% sure that Kurapika's intent was, like, he was hoping they wouldn't be smart enough, basically, to, like, assume that, like, the real Woble could be on the ship still. He was hoping that they would just bug off after the information would reveal, but no, they're smarter than that.
Yeah, which in and of itself is crazy because I feel like Kurapika should know better than that, but I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, in my head, it was just kind of like a safe play to make, like from my perspective, because like if they stay, then okay, like the threat's still deterred a little bit, at least from like the first Prince's guards, right? For the interim, because obviously he's, oh that baby isn't real, like the real prince. Okay, well we don't have to worry about that for now then.
Wouldn't Kurapika be banking on, even if they think that real Woble is on the ship, wouldn't he banking on, okay, so go look for them, like leave me alone, leave me alone, lay off the heat a little bit.
Yeah.
That would also that would also benefit what he was going for.
True.
But they still here.
It's kind of win-win, but like it would have been win more if they fell for it. I guess it's kind of what I was interpreting it as. Yeah, okay, unless we have anything else to add to that. Thank you, Monotechnic, for writing in.
Thank you.
Next up is from Yunakimi. Cleopatra and Kaiser's names are basically literary allusions to Caesar and Cleopatra. Togashi might be giving us some clues here, but it still doesn't make sense knowing their history. Although both of them might be working for Beyond, especially with the revelation of Beyond knowing Clea since her birth. Could be one of his children too. That's an interesting thing there.
That's what I was.
Oh man, yeah.
And then says, "What if the real Woble was the baby in the crib at Queen Unma's room?" Just throwing it out there. Oh, it's very possible. I think.
Very possible. Yeah, I'm starting to buy that one.
Kami, I love your comment so much. You I don't think the only thing I disagree with in that comment is the connection between the names, because, or maybe it isn't. I don't know. Like with Togashi, you never know. It might be so obvious, but then you take it, you fall for it, and then you end up like Slaka.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I think Slaka might never come back to the story again. Maybe Slaka was just a flex. Like, then he goes off the ship back to real world, something like that.
He's gonna die in a bathroom somewhere.
Yeah, he might.
My God. But I really love everything you mentioned, Yuna Kimi. Great comment.
Thank you. All right. Next up is from Issa, who says, "Hello, Dylan and Kaige and guest. So a while back when the last batch came out, I made a theory and I'm bringing it back. I said, chapter 420, the ship is blowing up, or at least signs that it will blow up soon, and I'm sticking to it. 420, huh? Okay. We're blowing up already.
We're finding out this batch if that's true. Okay.
That's crazy. All right, we'll see. If that's true, you might be Togashi.
Yeah.
You just
I got
might
my
be.
eye on you.
Yeah. This chapter was wild, though. My comment from last week came true. Though. Woble something crazy. I predicted that. Yeah, true. You got it. You nailed it. Nail on the head.
That's amazing.
I gotta
Great
give it
job.
up.
That's amazing.
You got it, bro.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Libra. Okay, I get
Clever.
it. Libra. Nice. Silent Majority could have been hired by Ueto's sister to make sure her child survived as well. Might be a stretch though. Why is all the Silent Majority comments coming to me? It might be a sign. It might be a sign.
It might be.
It might be a sign.
It's
oh
on
my
everybody's
God.
mind.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Wow.
I see you.
Is
maybe
something.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, it is something. However, I'm sticking by it. My theory with Silent Majority, and until it gets disproven outright, I will not waver from that theory. I've worked so hard on this theory, and I'm sticking with it. Silent Majority is in the room. Shout out my girl Shimono. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to keep plugging my Silent Majority video. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
I respect it. Okay.
I respect it. Not disproven yet.
Oh.
All right, next up is from WW, who says, WW is fine, thank you. Yeah, okay. Good to know what we can call you by going forward. Slaka was one of my silent majority picks. Sad to see him go, but I wonder if he will come back to the room at any point.
He's not coming back. He's not coming back.
He's done.
Slaka is silent majority. Holy.
That's a funny guess.
I think Kaiser's secret manipulator / boss is his actual boss, Clea, and she maybe is in cahoots with Beyond. Okay. That's not bad. Not a bad
My final stronghold.
Listen, man, I'm still on the Kaiser is not even being manipulated train, personally. That's my... I still really think that.
You think he's truly in love with Melody?
I do. I genuinely do. I think it's real.
God bless. God bless.
Yeah,
God bless.
We're free to believe what we want to believe, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
What about his final stronghold? I still have my... That's the last thing that we left off on the previous batch.
Yeah, and that's in the future as of this chapter. So
yes.
Only Tagashi knows.
Who knows?
Dude, I don't even think that he knows.
Yeah,
I don't even think that he knows.
Low-key, maybe not. All right, next is from Insert Name, who says, while
Legend.
I have... Yes, absolute legend. Known worldwide across the Hunter x Hunter fandom.
That's right.
While I still have reservations of the long-term effect of Woble not being Woble on the arc, I do think that Shimano versus Shimano thing is an interesting way to detect the method of deception, especially if this is consistent with earlier material. I do think this is potentially ruling out the theory that Shimano is silent majority, as her correcting to more female pronouns would be incongruous with silent majority's internal monologue, but the rest of the evidence for that theory is so convincing I'm willing to bet that it may just be them keeping appearances.
Okay. He's a believer too. Got it.
Okay. Also, does this open up Baby Miner as a potential ally? He doesn't need to find out info to kill Woble anymore. Also, what if Woble's Nenbeast allows for him to have swapped, created a clone, or other way interact with this circumstance in a fun way where he is in the war?
Oh my god, teleportation ability. Don't throw another wrinkle into this.
That's interesting. But is this implying that the male Woble has an Nenbeast? Because I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
That can't be. Yeah. Also, want to say how the earliest versions of the chapter I saw all had Hisoka talking to Kurapika instead of Bill. Damn AI. What in the world huh?
I need to see a picture of this, like, immediately.
How did that even happen? Okay. That's incredibly misleading. Okay, on to the big reveal of the chapter. Beyond knows Cleopatra. This is huge. It really makes me think that Kaiser is actually working for Beyond in some way or form. I'm starting to believe Beyond may be behind the gas attack on Benjamberg. His design is reminiscent of the leader of the cult that did the sarin gas attack, and the Justice Bureau would be the institution that would gain the most power in the absence of the head of the Kakin military. I also am wondering if the manipulation Kaiser's heart is under may be a result of being one of the curse candidates. But Beyond having an in at the Justice Bureau is so pivotal to a lot of theories I've seen, and this absolutely blows the possibilities wide open. Could Cleo be one of his kids? Does the Justice Bureau have anything to do with triggering the curses?
Kaiser being
Could Cleo be one of his kids? I'm gonna do a +1 on that. Hold that thought. Could Cleo be one of his kids? +1.
Okay.
Kaiser being a cursed sacrifice is not something I really thought about, but like...
I feel that.
There's something there.
That's pretty good.
There's something there.
Hmm.
It's final stronghold. Beyond appears to be playing two sides here, masquerading as the defender of the common people while also sacrificing others to ensure his child ascends to the throne. Assuming he is forced solely on the Dark Continent, this is a brilliant ploy, as if the government is overthrown, they will be sympathetic towards him, and if his child wins, they will be sympathetic. Increases the number of routes to victory.
Yeah, it's a strategy where he can't really lose either way.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Yeah. Mm-hmm. True.
It's really smart.
Yeah, it sounds like him too. Beyond's discussion as to what constitutes a human and citizen gives me alarm bells about a certain terrorizing sandwich and his useful and useless trash. If the king can decide what constitutes human, then the declaration is meaningless.
That's terrifying, actually. I didn't even think about that.
That's true.
If he
Yeah.
were to get the throne, yeah. Oh my god. It would be
Well,
even more lawless.
Don't think anybody wants Sari to get the throne, so...
No,
Yes.
but he is kind of a dangerous player, to say the least.
He
right?
sure is. He sure is. It's interesting.
Insert name. You're a legend. Your comment is a legend. Your insight is a legend. I kinda was hesitant a little bit when I first started reading your comment, but then you came right back with the silent majority believers. Like, hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. Other than that, I have nothing to say. Everything you says is here. We're locked in. I love it. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
Love to see it.
Rage's legend 5454. I think Cleopatra and Beyond is working together. Okay. He says he have known Cleo since she was a baby. That's what I've been saying. And this good guy act Beyond puts on doesn't fit what else we know from him. Facts. We already know Sayu is on Beyond's side. So Kanzai would be the only one in the room who's not. The pause, but keep in mind that Beyond doesn't know that Sayu is on his side.
Right.
The pause Beyond makes after reading the first document is key. He is gathering information through them. Sayu is giving it to him in not a random order. Oh yeah, Sayu was the one who
Oh, yeah.
took. Okay.
Very
Yeah,
true.
He was saying he was given to him in a random order, but like maybe that could be a lie. Maybe he is given
Yeah.
to him in a specific order.
And Kanzai is too dumb to know he's being played. Like Slaka. And like Slaka said. Oh, okay. He said like Slaka said. I said dumb like Slaka.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait.
like Slaka said earlier in the chapter, they are drowning him with information so he can overlook the deception.
Big brain. Oh my god. This is exactly what's happening.
Yeah, I think that there's some credence to this.
Kanzai might be the worst Zodiac
Yeah,
in this position.
I was just
I mean,
thinking,
yeah.
in hindsight, why in the hell did they put Kanzai in there as the one to keep Sayu in check?
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. That's
Probably
okay,
just had
whatever.
nothing else to do, I guess.
I guess everyone else better fit the other roles.
What's Sacho doing? He should
Uh,
be here.
What is Sacho doing? I don't
What
know.
about Cluck?
I don't know what Cluck's doing either, actually. Let me go back to the handy dandy slides that Kaige has made for.
Oh, I am I wrong? I wrote that he's watching over Beyond Cell as well. Am I just wrong about that?
You might be. He's not here.
Maybe he's in the bathroom.
Who knows?
There's still more to the comment.
Yes.
Also, just gonna throw it out there that Cleopatra was first introduced right after the Senate majority murder, and the two have similar hair. Probably is nothing, but there is a theory out there that Woble is beyond kid, and the Senate majority is helping Woble. Ask your very handsome guest. Thank you. Did they know that it's gonna be me? Well, thank you.
Yes.
Ask your very handsome guest for info about that theory, as he have made a terrific video on the subject. The recent information does not give credence to the point that the sinister aura we see coming out of the boy Wobble might be Beyond's Nin. A non-eligible prince shouldn't have a guardian spirit be. So what is that aura? Like we said, come on, you're not focusing it. He's just ripping
Yeah, he's
aura,
just-
man. Like, no,
Come on.
for real. Hey, the best thing we have till now, to be honest, is it might be a curse. But until we get more info, we do not know what that is, and the whole thing that we went on throughout this video with maybe the son of Benjamin, which might entice the story even more, or like make it more complex, and we don't have to add another baby into the mix. We have a secret baby, a baby over here that was swished, so maybe he was swished with the secret baby that became public. Also, thank you so much for the handsome comment. I really do appreciate that, and I really do appreciate the reference you made to the silent majority video. Thank you so much. However, I do not think that Cleopatra has something to do with silent majority unless there are evidence to support that. I'm gonna go back again and say it. My theory, there hasn't been anything said that will throw a wrench to my theory. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Very nice.
Right on.
Yeah. All right. So one last comment for today from Gelato, saying Bill is goated first and foremost. That we can all agree on.
True.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
No questions asked. My very two intrinsic theories. One, the Nen coming from the baby in chapter 358 could have been the ritual trying to initiate itself onto the baby, but failing because the conditions weren't met. Because girl Woble, the real one, did the seed urn ceremony, but boy Woble did the departure ceremony. Neither baby did both, which is a requirement. Yeah, that would check out.
Yeah.
I
So
think
the
that would
same
make a
thing
lot
might
of
have happened to Girl Woble as well, implying that she probably doesn't have an N-Beast too. But
that is possible.
who knows? I mean, if she was on the boat, like maybe it considers that technically participating. I don't know.
It's we have
Then
more
shenanigans.
Yeah, they need to provide more elaboration. I think we need more clues. And then two, I hear no one talking about Judge Clea's necklace saying Kakin, spelled Cakinn. Being that we just got schooled on pronunciations, is that Kakin's real government name? Is Kakin even really Kakin? My most tinfoil hat theory, but beyond already described a difference between a human and a citizen. So maybe that's a shell name for Kakin? I don't know.
No, I think this is just one of those weird Hunter x Hunter spellings. Look at Krollo, guys. Lest you not forget Krollo. Koryoff or whatever.
Koryoff.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it, man. You got it, Tagashi. I think it's just like a Hunter x Hunter in universe spelling. Like it's probably not something I've looked too deep into, at least right now. But I did notice that too. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it's something. New information. We know the in-universe spelling potentially.
But yeah, that does it for community comments this week. Thank you to everybody who wrote in. We had a lot of comments this week, so thank you so much to everybody who wrote in. And usual reminder, if you want to get in on the fun with these lovely people, make sure you keep an eye out for our YouTube community posts, as well as Twitter and Bluesky call-out posts every Sunday morning when the chapter initially releases, and you'll have that small time frame to write in for that chapter. So keep an eye out for that going forward, guys. And of course, you can still email us if you want to at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com.
Yes. And
Beautiful.
with that, this has been the Hunter Association. Thank you so much for listening. We are available on all major podcasting platforms as well as YouTube for the video version. Be sure to follow, rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod as well as Bluesky at THAPod for updates on the show and as an alternative way to submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. As always, we're here the same time every week talking about Hunter x Hunter. Hunter Society, thank you so much for coming on once again. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Where can people find you online?
Pleasure to be here, guys. The Hunter Society at YouTube. That's it. YouTube.
Simple.
The Hunter Society. That's it.
Yes, please check them out. Making amazing stuff right now. You are absolutely killing it, dude. Incredible videos.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And Dylan, where can people find you?
You can find me online at DJ Tengen. That's DJTENGEN on both Twitter and Bluesky. Go give me a follow if you're interested in what I'm up to.
That's right. You can find me on Bluesky and YouTube at Manga Kaige. Yeah, manga.
He reads manga.
I do read manga.
Beautiful. Awesome.
All right, for the show next week, you'll never believe it, we are covering chapter 413.
Shocking.
Oh my god. Wow. And we will be joined by No Operator, returning guest of the show.
Yeah.
And we
exciting.
We have a very exciting guest lineup coming in the next few weeks. We are fully booked. Very exciting times ahead.
Yeah.
Some highly requested guests we got on, so hopefully you guys will be happy about that. There's certainly some guests in here that I never thought would respond to my email, but they did.
Yeah, we'll let you imagine for now what maybe those people will be. But yeah, we have a mix of returning as well as brand new guests, and as of right now, assuming nothing changes, we'll have a guest for every single one of these new chapters for this batch. So that's very exciting.
Let's just say one of these guests rhymes with Logashi.
Bro, wait. I have to check the document. What are you doing?
Oh gosh,
Oh, come on.
you'll never guess.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening or watching, and we will see you next week. Take it easy, guys.
Later, everybody.
Have a good day.